Okay, week 5 CFL. This is game number 3 and 4. This will be a doubleheader as I need to get these done this morning, and then I will be gone for the next 3 or 4 days. So I want to get all of these done and uploaded before week 5. All right, we got the 2-2 BC Lions at the 2-2 Montreal Alouettes. Montreal is coached by Jason Moss. We are at Percival Molson Field. Quarterback Alexander, Evans, and Thomas Arlington are our backs. Tyson Philpott, Sneed, Spiker, Letcher, and Mack are our receivers for the Montreal team. We have a lot of sack men here as Adam Nayi and Berglund is a potential sack man. Uguak, Sankey, Oakman, and Wynn. We got Uguak, Sankey, Decoy, and Murray in potential tackle for losses. Uguak, Beverett, Canton, Arca, Burns, Intel, and Sutton potential interceptors for these guys. On the flip side, visiting the 2-2 BC Lions, coached by Buck Pierce. Rourke is the quarterback. Butler is our running back. Hatcher, McInnes, Catoy, and Berryhill are our receivers. Potential sackmen are Hendricks with an X, Betts, and Ture. Williams, Carter, Ballou, and Peters are potential tackle for loss. Stuffs and Carter Jr., Haldick, Peters, and Bolu are potential interceptors. White is doing the place kicking for the Lions, Maltos for the Alouettes, and our return men are Jackson and Letcher. All right, here we go. BC won the coin toss. They took the ball, and BC is going to try for an opening kickoff, and they will not get it. BC goes to work. Again, this will be a doubleheader, so it's going to be a long video. Hang in there. 5 is going to be intercepted. You got to be kidding me. Rourke drops back and is picked off right out of the gate by number 3. That is going to be Carter Arcu. Intercepted by Canton Arcu. Does he return it for a touchdown? He does not. Montreal goes to work after the interception. It's going to be defense 7 is a punt. BC, will their punt return go the distance? It does not. BC goes to work, having survived the interception. 10 is going to be a punt. Does Montreal return a punt with Letcher for a touchdown? They do not. They go to work on a short field. And it's going to be 5. 5 is going to be picked off. Their own interception. Alexander drops back, fires an INT to Bolu. And Bolu, does he return it for a touchdown? He does not. We got us a defensive ball game here in the first, man. All right, BC goes to work. BC defense 5 is going to be a punt. And Montreal, after the punt, the first quarter is going to be... I'm going to roll that again. I couldn't see it. Defense 9 is going to be a punt as well. And that's going to wrap up the first quarter. Nothing but punts and interceptions in a 0-0 game by 2 defensive teams. Holy cow. BC gets the ball to start the second. It's going to be offense 5 is picked off. Man, Rourke not having a good day. Intercepted by Sutton. Does Sutton take it back to the house? He does not. Man, Montreal, come on, somebody's got to score. 7, red zone, finally. Alexander drives him into the red zone, drops back in the pocket, fires a TD pass. Does Alexander, was it any doubt that he was going to throw one? No, of course not. This to 1. This to Philpott, Tyson Philpott. And the extra point is Montreal at home here at Percival Molson, getting the job done. But folks, this has got to be a teeth puller, hair puller for BC fans. It's going to be defense 10 is a red zone trip. Holy cow. The Montreal Alouettes give up a red zone drive on defense. And it's going to be a TD pass for Rourke. He's thrown 2 picks today. It looked like he was not going to have a good day. And he throws it to Catoy. The extra point, that's going to tie the ball game, folks, is good. And Montreal with a final drive of the half. It's going to be offense 10 is a punt. And that's going to wrap it up. We do not do Rouges until the 4th. Holy cow, folks. Rourke with 2 interceptions in the first half, but gets a touchdown. Alexander throws a pick, but then a touchdown. It is 7-7 at the half in a dogfight. Montreal takes the ball They're opening kickoff. We're going to go ahead and try to return a kickoff for a touchdown here. They do. Holy cow, Letcher. Kick return TD, extra point is good. He blows up, does Letcher. And that means Montreal, by the way, will get another... they're going to get another possession here. Holy cow. BC stunned. And they go to work after their kickoff. Five for BC is picked off. You have got to be kidding me. Rourke with his third interception today. This one. And boy, everybody's getting a shot. This is Beverette. Does he return it for a touchdown? 5. He does not. But Montreal goes to work on a short field. And they're going to go 8. 8 is a punt for them. BC Lions get the ball on the punt. They get to drive 10. 10 is a punt for them. Damn, Montreal back to work. Defense 8 is a red zone trip for Montreal. 5 is a TD pass for Alexander, adding to their lead. TD pass, and 2, it's going to be Phil Putt's second TD of the day. The extra point is Montreal blowing up at home, thanks to a kick return to start the second half. Here we go. BC's final drive of the third is going to be 7, a punt. Montreal does get another drive because the first is technically a kick return, didn't count as a drive. It's going to be defense 6, red zone. Oh my God, they're going to run it up. Montreal 7, touchdown run for 4. That is going to be Evans. TD run for Evans. The extra point is Montreal blows up. So Montreal is going to get 7, 14, 21 point third quarter. BC throws a pick. They punt. BC's in deep trouble, folks. Montreal up 28-7 to start the fourth quarter, and Montreal goes to work. Montreal 5 is going to be picked off. There it is. Alexander takes a shot. It's going to get picked off by 4. And 4 is Peters. Whoops. Does Peters take this back to the house? He does not. Here we go. Let's go ahead and check a rouge there on an interception just in case. No rouge. All right, BC goes to work on a short field. It's going to be 8. Red zone for BC. Come on, Rourke. Let's get a touchdown on the board here. 5. TD pass, Rourke. He ain't done yet. TD pass to 5. That's going to be Cotoy again. And the extra point for BC is good. Montreal goes to work. Defense 5 is picked off. Alexander picked off twice in the fourth. This one by number 1. That's going to be Carter Jr. And Carter Jr., what does he do with it? Does he make it interesting? He does not, but BC on a short field with back-to-back possessions is going to go 8. Red zone. Oh my God, this could be the comeback of the century. 9. Touchdown pass, Rourke in the fourth. And he throws this to Cotoy's third TD pass of the day, having a brilliant day of his career. But they missed, failed the PAT. And BC with one more abstract possession. 3 is coughed up fumble. Is it returned by a touchdown or for a touchdown? It is not. Game ends right there as Montreal does not get a final drive. Alexander picked. Cotoy with a touchdown. Alexander picked a second time in the fourth, and Rourke with a second TD to Cotoy. That's going to give Cotoy 3 touchdown pass receptions today. Only 13 for the BC Lions in the fourth. Montreal shut out in the fourth, 20-28. What a game. 2-3 Lions, the 3-2 Montreal Alouettes. And there it is, folks. Unbelievable football game. Rourke with a rough day with 1, 2, 3. 3 interceptions, but then he did throw 3 touchdowns he did throw a couple of touchdowns in the fourth. Wow, and a fumble for BC as well. Shoot, which was probably on the quarterback. All right, game 2 going to get underway here. This one, of course, is Ottawa at Edmonton, the Elks. This will be our doubleheader. This will wrap up Week 5 of the CFL play-along, or I should say projection season, right? I'm trying to play along with the CFL, try to get the games done before the actual games, but sometimes I just don't have time, so I get them done when I can. But I haven't fallen behind for a week, by a week or anything, which is good. I may be behind by a day or so at times, but this week I'm going to be ahead by an entire week, which is kind of nice, considering I am busy and I will be out of town. All right, we got the Red Blacks. What a bizarre name. They used to be the Rough Riders, folks, but there was also the Saskatchewan Rough Riders. I don't know. I guess the Red Blacks are supposed to be the Sash, maybe. I don't know. But it's kind of a strange name, the Red Blacks. I'm sure there's some history behind that, but I'm not willing to look it up and try to figure it out. The Edmonton Elks used to be politically incorrect Eskimos. I don't know why. I don't know why the Eskimos is such a negative thing. But again, I'm not a Canadian. I don't know the history. But there we have it, folks. Both teams renamed. One, of course, I think to avoid the confusion with having two teams named Rough Riders. All right, Ottawa is 0-4. They are having a miserable season. I'm not really certain what they're doing in real life. I haven't been able to pay attention, but they're miserable here. Edmonton is 2-1. Edmonton is coached by Mark Killam. They're in the Commonwealth Stadium. They are quarterbacked by Ford. They have Rankin and Leake carrying the football. They have Dunbar, Julian Grant, Matheson Smith catching passes. The place kicker here is Blanchard, and the return man is Leake. On the flip side, Coach Bob Dice of Ottawa Red Blacks would like to get these guys in the winning column. Brown at quarterback, and Crum is a runner. Stanback's a runner. And Addison, Lewis, Hardy, and Odoila Boye are the receivers here. Ward does the place kicking, and the very dangerous return man in Dedman for the return man. Crum, by the way, is a backup quarterback, or a guy who comes in, it seems, and does play some quarterback. But I have him listed here for running touchdowns because he is leading them in touchdowns in real life, so I wanted him represented here on the cards. All right, let's get going here. Ottawa, I've already pre-rolled the possessions. Ottawa gets the ball to start. We're going to start with the kickoff. And no kickoff, so Ottawa goes to work. It's going to be defense, snake eyes, fumble. Ball is fumbled. Is it returned for a touchdown by the Edmonton Elks? But no. Edmonton goes to work. Edmonton's going to be looking at the defense 6. That's going to be a red zone trip for Ford. Ford, who runs pretty well, scrambles pretty well. Ford, 6, touchdown pass. TD pass. So they're going to open up in front of hometown fans with a Smith TD pass. Extra point is good. And Ottawa goes to work. Ottawa looking at the defense 8. It's going to be a red zone trip for Ottawa. Come on, Ottawa. Let's make it interesting. 8. Touchdown run by 1. That's going to be Crum. So they get down close. They hand it to Crum. And Crum just punches it in from the 2-yard line or the 1-yard line. And they miss the extra point. Shoot. Edmonton's going to try their kick return here, and they do not get it. Edmonton goes to work after the kick return, and they're going to be at 12. That's a turnover on downs. Ottawa takes over, and it's going to be defense 7 as a red zone trip for Drew Brown. 5 is a TD pass. Brown drops back, TD pass to 6. That is a Deboye. And it is good. P-A-T. Oh my God, folks. First quarter's over. Edmonton with 7. Ford with a... Oh, wait, no. Ottawa with a Feld. So 13 for Ottawa with a Feld. P-A-T. Edmonton gets the ball to start the second quarter. It's going to be offense 7. Red zone for Ford and company. Ford drops back, looks, pats, fires a touchdown pass. This one to Dunbar. And the extra point, as we got a ball game, folks. Nobody wants to go home a loser here or stay home a loser. Ottawa takes the ball. Ottawa's going to be looking at the defense. 9, so punt. Edmonton with their punt return chance for the day. No, Edmonton goes to work after the punt. It's going to be 5. 5 is a red zone trip for Ford. He could run it up here. 4, yep, touchdown pass for Ford. This one to 1. That's going to be out of the backfield, Rankin. The PAT, so another halfback catches the touchdown. Another screen for a TD. PAT's good. Ottawa gets back-to-back possessions here. Ottawa 7 is a punt. Shoot. But then Ottawa late before the end of the half is going to get a defensive touch. Intercepted. Brown. Intercepted by Jackson. And does Jackson take it back to the house? He does not, and that's going to end the first half. Holy cow, folks. Ford with a touchdown pass. Ford with a touchdown pass. So Edmonton gets 14 points. And Ottawa punt, and intercepted. You got to be kidding me. Ottawa, who's 0-4. Coach Bob Dice not happy about Ottawa's performance this year so far. They're going to have to figure it out, and they need to get the quarterback situation straightened away. Edmonton's going to take the ball to start the second half. It's going to be defense 7. It's going to be a red zone trip. Ottawa's defense is part of the problem. They're not stopping anybody. It's going to be a missed field goal, though, for Blanchard. Missed field goal. Ottawa takes the ball. And it's going to be defense 8. It's a red zone trip for Brown. Can Brown start getting it done? TD pass. He sure can. TD pass. This is the 5 to Hardy. The extra point is good. PAT. Edmonton goes to work after the kickoff. It's going to be defense 4. It's going to be a red zone trip. See, Ottawa just can't stop them. They're giving up easy red zones. 9 touchdown run for Leak. Leak with a TD run. The extra point is good. PAT, and Edmonton continues to not allow Ottawa to climb back in this. Ottawa's going to get 2 possessions in a row. Defense 7 is a red zone trip for Drew Brown. Drew Brown sets up a field goal for Ward. And then Ottawa goes to work in the third one more time, and they're going to get defense 9. It's a punt. Do they score a rouge? As that's going to drift into the fourth. They do not. And we're going to end up with Brown. Ottawa is going to score 10 points. Good for them. It's 23. But Edmonton scores a touchdown. It's 28-23, folks. And the fourth quarter is going to be ginormous, as Ottawa would love to get off the snide. Edmonton goes to work in the fourth. It's going to be 4. That's going to be an interception. You got to be kidding me. 4 drops back. Doesn't see a man in the flat. Throws a pick to Priester. And does Priester burn him? Oh, no. Very close to Priester scoring. Ottawa needed that. Here we go, though. Ottawa on a short. Wait a second. We're going to check for a rouge for Edmonton. No. In case that interception didn't come out of the end zone. 5. It's going to be defense 11. It's going to be a punt. But does Ottawa score a rouge? They do not. Man, I haven't seen a lot of rouges. Edmonton goes to work after the punt. They get it out of the end zone. It's going to be 9. 9 is going to be a punt for them. Do they score a rouge? They do not. And Ottawa taking the punt. They got 2 back-to-back possessions and a chance to win this ball game. It's going to be defense 5. It's a red zone trip. Here we go. Drew Brown could take the lead. 11 is a TD run. My God, for what? It's going to be Crum with his second TD run for the day. Let's see here. That was 23-28. That's going to make it 29. They're going to kick it because they're going to win this ball game, folks. And Ottawa's going to get off the snide. They get 1 more possession. And that possession is offense 10 is a punt. Can they score a rouge? Icing on the cake. They cannot. And that's it. Game is over. Interception by Ford killed him. A punt. And Crum punches it in for his second touchdown. Shutout. Edmonton in the fourth. We've got 30-28. You got to be kidding me. Ottawa is now 1-4. Coach Bob Dice thrilled that they could go into Commonwealth Stadium and beat the Elks, who now fall to 2-2. And that's, folks, will wrap up Week 5 of the CFL. Thank you for watching. Have a great week.